Alexander Zverev shuts down question on heated moment after Australian Open battle with Carlos Alcaraz 5 hours. 5 sets. One of the wildest nights Melbourne Park has seen in years. The Australian Open semifinal between Carlos Alcaraz and Alexander Zverev wasn't just a tennis match. It was an endurance test, a mental grind, and a full-blown emotional roller coaster. After 5 hours and 27 minutes, Alcaraz finally emerged victorious, edging Zverev 6-4, 7-6, 5, 6-7, 3, 6-7-4, 7-5 in the longest match of the tournament and the third longest in Australian Open history. But as epic as the tennis was, it was a brief heated moment, and what followed after, that grabbed just as many headlines. A battle that had everything. Alcaraz looked in control early, taking the first 2 sets with his trademark explosiveness and relentless pressure. Yet the match turned dramatically in the 3rd set when the Spaniard suddenly appeared in distress. T4-4, Alcaraz awkwardly pulled up on serve, grimacing as he dealt with cramping in his upper right leg and groin. Play paused, medical staff were called, and the atmosphere inside Rod Laver Arena shifted instantly, from awe to tension. That pause didn't sit well with Zverev. Cameras caught the German muttering angrily in his native language as Alcaraz received medical attention. Moments later, frustration boiled over as Zverev questioned why the serve clock wasn't running during the stoppage, directing his anger toward chair umpire Mariana Veljovic. "It's unbelievable that he gets treated for cramps. It's BS," Zverev was heard saying, clearly upset in the heat of the moment. Zverev fights back, refuses to fold to his credit. Zverev didn't let the controversy derail his tennis. Instead, he dug deep. The German clawed his way back in a match, forcing a 4th-set tiebreak and then a deciding 5th. Both players were visibly exhausted, legs heavy, shots shortening, but the intensity never dipped. In the end, Alcaraz found one final surge, breaking late in the 5th to seal an unforgettable win and book his place in the final despite battling cramps for nearly half the match. The question Zverev didn't want to answer after the dust settled. Attention turned to Zverev's post-match press conference. Predictably, reporters asked about the muttered comments during Alcaraz's medical timeout. Zverev wasn't interested. "I don't remember, to be honest," he said bluntly. "It was 17 hours ago, and I don't quite remember." Then came a shutdown. "But honestly, I don't want to talk about this right now, because I think this was one of the best battles there ever was in Australia, and it doesn't deserve to be the topic now." Message received. Frustration, yes, but also respect. Was Zverev frustrated? Absolutely. And after a match of that magnitude, it's hard to blame him. 5-set losses sting even more when momentum swings, medical timeouts, and fine margins come into play. Still, his refusal to dwell on the controversy spoke volumes. Rather than fueling drama, Zverev chose to highlight the quality of the contest itself. A rare move in an era where off-court soundbites often overshadow on-court brilliance. A match that will be remembered in the end. This semifinal will be remembered not for the argument or the muttered words, but for the sheer quality of tennis, resilience, and heart shown by both men. Alcaraz proved once again why he's one of the toughest competitors in the sport, while Zverev showed grit and pride even in defeat. Point 1 match. 2 warriors. And a night at the Australian Open that fans won't forget anytime soon. Tennis Fire.